Hello, and welcome to WSTB Clarksville. My name is Richard Wesley. I'm the pastor of the St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church, and I am still working from my home-based makeshift studio, if you will. Joining us today is our administrative assistant, Ashley Kettle, and Ashley is joining us from her makeshift home studio as well. Hello, Ashley.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm well.
I'm doing great. I'm glad you're well, and I'm glad you're joining on here with us like you always do. It's always great to see you. Let's talk about what's coming up this Sunday. First of all, at 10 a.m., we have a Sunday school class-like devotional Zoom room experience. Now, in that Zoom room experience, I will open with a short devotional, and then we really spend the remainder of the 45 minutes just touching base with everyone, see how everyone's doing. So that's a great opportunity to connect. The link to that is in the weekend e-blast, and so be sure you check your e-blast and get that link. We'd love to see you in that Zoom room. Then at 11 o'clock is our Sunday morning worship experience, and that you'll find that premiering on YouTube. The link to that is also in the e-blast. You can find the link to the YouTube experience on our website as well. Now, during the week, on Wednesday evening, we have a Zoom room Bible study, and we are starting this next Wednesday in 1 Thessalonians. We've just completed the book of Romans, and we are now ready to move through these letters that Paul has written to the churches before he wrote to the Romans. And so we'll be taking those in order of when he actually wrote them. And Paul's letters, by the way, are the earliest writings that we have in the New Testament. All of Paul's writings were written before the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They come after Paul's writings, if you're looking at, what year did Paul write. So we're beginning next Wednesday night with the very first writing in what we know as our New Testament. So that's what's coming up at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. Now, this Sunday morning in that worship service, my teaching title is Creative Hospitality. We're looking at a great little story out of the book of Genesis. If you want to read it before you experience that Sunday morning, read Genesis chapter 18, verses 1 through 15. Now remember, we're talking about hospitality. Actually, we're going to be talking about hospitality in that worship service, and so I've got a question. Have you ever known of, maybe not happened to you exactly, but have you ever known of anyone who ever arrived at the church they attend on a Sunday morning only to find a stranger sitting where they usually sit? Are you aware that happens from time to time?
I am aware that happens.
Yeah, I wish it happened more, but it does happen from time to time. And people have a response when they see that. So Sunday morning, I am going to tell you the most common response that I have seen in 35 years of pastoral ministry. The most common response that I have seen when people in my churches that I've pastored walk in and find someone sitting where they usually sit. So you'll hear that addressed in my teaching Sunday morning. I hope you're there to share that with us. So, Ashley.
Yes.
Do you have a top 5 for us today?
I do have a top 5. I've got some more cheese jokes for you.
I want to hear them.
Yes. Guess who I bumped into on my way to the optometrist the other day?
Okay, who?
No idea, but it was a lot of them.
Nice.
Do you know what the leading cause of dry skin is?
No, I don't. house. That's the way it is at my house.
Yes. So I asked my surgeon if I could administer my own anesthesia before the surgery I was going to have. And she said, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Oh, that's good.
What happened when 30 got hungry?
When what?
When 30 got hungry?
I don't know.
38.
38. Oh, those are good.
Wait, I got one more.
All right. But there's more.
Yes, one more.
Oh, good.
Sometimes I suffer from insomnia. It comes and goes, but it's been about the last 4 or 5 years. So I have dedicated those last 4 or 5 years to finding a cure for it. I will not rest until I find it. There you go.
There you go. See, folks, you can only get entertainment like that right here on WSTB Clarksville. And that concludes this week's episode. I'm glad you shared this time with us. Say goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, Ashley. We'll see you next time. I love those jokes.